After years of diving into various rabbit holes and exploring numerous conspiracies, I've arrived at the startling yet straightforward conclusion. The world we inhabit has largely been influenced and controlled by a satanic elite. This revelation is indeed shocking to many, and it's crucial for someone like me to back such claims with solid evidence. Unfortunately, much of this evidence has been scrubbed from the mainstream search engines, making it increasingly difficult to access. I created this channel with a vital purpose in mind: to expose, discuss, and provide information that is often hidden or overlooked. It aims to be a central hub for uncovering information that is not indexed in mainstream search engines, allowing seekers of the truth to find what they are looking for without any censorship. My primary motivation for establishing this website stems from a deep passion for uncovering the truth and a strong desire to help others understand that Christ is the ultimate answer to the chaos we see around us. I personally fund the operation of this channel, and while any donations are appreciated, I want to emphasize that this information will always be available for free. I firmly believe that the truth, particularly the truth of Christ, has the power to set us free. However, I must caution you, the information presented here can be overwhelming to some, and it is sometimes a double-edged sword, revealing uncomfortable truths that can challenge even our most basic worldviews at times. Yet for many, including myself, the lies propagated by the elite often serve to only reinforce the existence of an all-powerful, all-eternal God, a divine being who transcends even those who seek to manipulate and control. This is the God that they are desperately trying to keep hidden from us. While I share my perspectives, I encourage you to seek out and pray for your own understanding and form your own opinions. Ultimately, the journey towards truth may look different for everyone, but the ultimate truth is Jesus Christ, and I hope this repository aids you in that pursuit of ultimately finding Christ.
Yeah, Bizzle, God over money. They go hard, we go harder. You know? This is what it sound like when we ride on an enemy. This is what it sound like when we ride on an enemy. I never came for the smoke, but to watch it is not an option. Let's get it poppin'. Let's do it. I live his name till I go, and if y'all think you finna stop it, let's get it poppin'. God over money. Get it poppin'. I love peace, but it's wartime. Let's get it poppin'. If God with us, who can stop us? Poppin'. It's not an option. Let's get it poppin'. Everybody act like everything's black, white, Democrat, Republican, good side, bad side. Which one's which though? Both tell mad lies to get votes, and both to manipulate mankind with info. Land of the animals, you don't understand no. Donkeys and elephants, I'm riding with the land no. Lion and goat, but all this was planned for. So I keep the word over bull like Lambo. I am nobody's mascot or Sambo, and I don't care about a flag or what it stand for. I care more about the cross and who carry it. Cause if you love Christ, I don't care if you American. That's what unites us. It's about the who, not the red, white, and blue. It is Christ that ignites us. Rich man, poor man, free man, lifer. One race covered by the same blood, Christ up. I never came for the smoke, but to watch it is not an option. Let's get it poppin'. Let's do it. I live his name till I go, and if y'all think you finna stop it, let's get it poppin'. God over money. Get it poppin'. I love peace, but it's wartime. Let's get it poppin'. If God with us, who can stop us? Poppin'. It's not an option. Let's get it poppin'. Oh, you really think they care about life, huh? Really? You really think they care about rights, huh? China says only have one kid. US says you're free to kill them or to cut off your sons. Same ish, different days, same goal, different way. One use force and one just manipulate. Same ones telling you to love yourself, encourage you to be everything but yourself. Better be cautious, the enemy pretend to be conscious. Push the feminine and call masculinity toxic. Now it's black against white, men against women, young against old. Look at the division. Peek behind the industry curtain, they all fake Jews. The synagogue of Satan hating on Jesus. So you can make me the bad guy too. But long as you anti-Christ, I'm anti-you. I never came for the smoke, but to watch it is not an option. Let's get it poppin'. Let's do it. I live his name till I go, and if y'all think you finna stop it, let's get it poppin'. God over money. Get it poppin'. I love peace, but it's wartime. Let's get it poppin'. If God with us, who can stop us? Poppin'.
All right, guys, we are gonna go ahead and get into it. Early morning vibes. It's only noon, I guess, but it's early for me. Um, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I just want to quickly play this 50-second clip of Chris Yoon saying Trump was gonna get reelected in 2020. I think it's very important to cover these topics. Chris Yoon, he's known for getting his Trump prophecies wrong, as well as some other things. So not going to say the guy's not saved, but he would be classified in the YouTube prophet category as far as I'm concerned. And I do use YouTube there as a preface because usually the YouTube prophets are just that. They're a prophet for YouTube, not a prophet for God. So yeah, let's see what he says. This is just a preface, just in case you don't know who this guy is. This is what he was like most known for in years back. So let me just find it really quick. It's one of these tabs. Here it is.
Hey, so what's going on, guys? So today's my last day here in DC, and if you've been following
2021.
me this whole week as well as the last couple of months, you know what's been on my heart, and it's that the Lord has anointed and has appointed Trump to be a president a second term. It's not 2024, it's right now in the next couple of weeks, and it's all leading up to what's coming up in January 20th. And
so obviously he got that wrong. So now he's recently come out with another video. A couple of videos. He's got one on the Epstein files. He's got one on the National Guard, and he's got another one. The 3 reasons why God is creating a movement using Charlie Kirk. So we might try to get through all of them. Hey, what's up, Roger?
Not much.
Oh, you sound better today. A little congested, but
yeah, I called out again too. I kind of like broke a fever, so I've been taking medicine all week, and it's kind of working.
Wait, you're telling me you got sick, Roger? Oh my gosh, dude, you might not be saved, bro.
I know.
Well, believers don't get sick, man. I'm just telling you, bro. We don't get sick. Sorry.
I wanted to say something about your topic title though, like
Sure.
deep state, like the term. I've never heard it in my entire life. I think that within like the last 5 years, they made up the whole deep state scenario. Sorry.
Were you around with the Q thing during the 2020 election where it's like QAnon was dropping these weird things and everybody thought it was like, it was such a weird thing, dude.
Yeah.
You know what QAnon is though, right?
Yeah, I have a good idea what it is.
Yeah, it's like riddles dropped on 4chan. Tomorrow, look in the skies over China, like, and then a satellite falls out of the sky in China the next day, like weird shit. But that doesn't mean like, I think it's half truths, you know. I think they might have had some intelligence, and they're like, all right, let's give people the truth, but not the full truth. You know what I mean? Because the deep state is just made up, dude. It's the Illuminati. There ain't no deep state.
Yeah. So I mean, and it's also the Grand Old Party for one. They've been around for what, I think 250 years. They've had plenty of time to make up their stories, get their act together, and
Yeah.
they can propagandize most any kind of movement. So,
well, I'm gonna pull this video up. The title is "Are we watching the National Guard carry out a top secret deep state removal op?" 2 weeks ago. So let's see if the deep state is involved here. I'm willing to bet they're not. Just going on a limb here. I think he's wrong, but could be.
well, I think the Illuminati's been around longer than that too, compared to the deep state.
Yeah, I would argue the deep state is an Illuminati invention to distract us.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, this guy's great. You were here for the last stream on this guy. It was an interesting one.
Yeah, I didn't get to stay for the whole one, but.
Well, we're gonna continue. I watched the first like minute or so, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I gotta do a video." You're gonna like
All right, so let's quickly talk about this National Guard.
By the way, his mic is pretty awful in this. I don't know if he messed up the editing, but his mic does not sound good. That is not on my end. That is in his video. Just letting you know.
Issue. So this is several weeks old now, but I want to touch on it because this is the start, or it's progressing into more of a active operation, as has been called by.
I think what he's trying to say is Trump is deploying
the National Guard has nothing to do with Trump trying to get rid of crime. He's just trying to get rid of the deep state. It makes sense. All along, this didn't have to do with the black crime or the white crime. It's the deep state, guys.
Okay. So, how would you define what they call deep state?
Essentially, the deep state is the Illuminati if it was only Democrats. Because according to these people, Republicans can't be evil. They're on the good side. So, as long as you're a Democrat, you're basically... It's like the Illuminati, but for lefties, I guess.
Okay. So the left and the right never do anything together.
No, of course not. It's just the evil leftist deep state.
Oh.
It's them alone. Trump would never be involved in the deep state. He's trying to remove it.
Oh, okay.
This is great. We're 14 seconds in, and I'm already laughing my ass off, dude.
By the conspiracy theorist, by Q, by many others.
Oh.
And it's part of this agenda where on the outside, the facade of the world is they're covering things where it's saying, oh, Putin, Russia, Trump, these guys are doing bad things because they're taking away freedoms. And it's being painted in some way on the outside. But on the inside, it's already been foretold to us where the whole deep state takedown operation is happening before our very eyes.
What has Trump done to take down the deep state, dude? I feel like he's only furthering the deep state.
Yeah.
If there was such a thing.
Yeah. In other words, the old party is still alive and kicking.
I'll say this. If your conspiracy revolves around one party and the other is excluded, and you have to be a part of one party to be a part of this conspiracy, it's probably a psyop.
Probably a psyop.
Conspiracies don't require you to be Republican or Democrat.
You know what the definition of a conspiracy actually is?
Tell me. I kind of know it, but not off the top of my head.
Okay, conspiracy is when one or more than one person actually conspire
to commit a crime, right?
No, it doesn't matter if it's a crime.
Okay.
By definition, it blankets every aspect.
Right.
So if two people actually talk about doing something and then go about doing it, that's the definition of a conspiracy. That's it. It's a blanket statement, dude. Conspiracy. I'm conspiring to go get, me and Rhonda are going to go get breakfast later. That's
nice.
We're conspiring. We're talking about it. We're gonna do it. That's conspiracy. But when it comes in this realm, it's like people are the conspiratorial mind is they're trying to pull a fast one all the time.
Yeah. And it's weird because he is of the conspiratorial mindset in a way, but only the Republican side. You know what I mean? It's like it has to revolve around Trump. Trump still has to be this good person who's doing the best thing for us. You have to assume these things before you can even get to that. And I can't assume Trump is doing the best for us because I don't think he is. But neither would Kamala. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, you know, don't be right, be left. Don't be either.
Well, I mean, you can agree with policies that people put out. That's not conspiring. And both sides do have policies that I agree with to a certain point. But the people who back the policies have an agenda.
100%, yeah.
And most of the politicians come from very wealthy, as you would call them, families with privileges. And they do have an agenda to further their empire, you might say.
100%, man. 100%.
But the public has to be brought into the fold. They have to be shown the evidence and the information so that they can deal with it, meaning they can research it, they can discern it, and they can accept it. And along the way, people are going to reject it. They're going to see, between two truths or two pieces of evidence, whether you want to call it a liberal thing, a Democrat thing versus a Republican thing.
You know what I mean? He's making the truth a division between left and right. The truth usually isn't defined by either of those.
No.
You don't have to be a Republican to see this. But he's obviously a Trumper, and he predicted he'd be elected, so he's going to go with that mindset.
Whatever it is, news is being brought out, and it's being more difficult to discern because this cloud of darkness, this state of confusion is being brought upon this world and this nation.
Oh, whoop! I did not mean to skip
And
ahead.
depending, whatever it is, news has been.
I think it's being clouded because Trump is on the wrong side, just like the left. So you're trying to find this truth in it, and you're trying to find like, oh, let me see where Trump is good. He's not always good, dude. So I mean, I don't know what to tell him on that. Like, it's just when you're looking at it from that mindset, yeah. But
I
you
heard
should be
Saab
looking
say last night, and he summed it pretty well. Trump only cares about Trump.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Israel, that too.
Yeah. Well, Israel's going to finance Trump.
Yeah, so it's in his it will benefit Trump to support Israel. So I guess in a way he still cares about himself.
Being brought out, and it's being more difficult to discern because this cloud of, and so that when something is being injected into the fold, people are going to receive it either negatively, positively, or the other more confusing thing is that it's intentionally being brought out there as a psyops so that it could trigger the public to a certain reaction. But
these videos confuse me because they talk about psyops and they talk about like conspiracies, and then they take the most like right-leaning Trump pro conspiracy there is. Like, you would think if you knew so much about conspiracies, you wouldn't be a Trumper. You know what I mean? Like, how many conspiracies do you need to stop supporting Trump? I have no idea.
But more importantly, it's supposed to do something to the enemy because they're getting comfortable. They're getting ready to make a certain move, but really it was a counter move to something else.
I hate to tell you, Chris Yoon, but the enemy is the same one that you said was going to get elected in 2020. It's Trump. But you think he's not, so...
was intended just like a forced checkmate. You're moving somebody, sacrificing a piece such that it would force the enemy's hand to do something. So this is what's happening, and it's very difficult to discern because of all of the layers that are behind all of it. So let's talk quickly.
I think it's difficult to discern because it's not actually happening the way you're saying it is. The reason you can't just come out and say, oh, look, Trump is draining the swamp. Trump is getting rid of the deep state. Because he's not actually doing it. And you could take any news article and you could say, look, he deployed the National Guard. He must be doing it. Nope. Doesn't seem like it. It seems like he's using the National Guard to go arrest fellow Americans, not to arrest politicians.
About what's happened. So back on August 12th, I believe, or 11th, on Monday, Trump declared, quote, a public safety emergency deploying 800 National Guard troops. Now, this was big news back then. People were talking all sorts of things. They cleaned up the streets. And on the outside, all of the news, they were talking about, oh, this is bad. And you're seeing, negative responses. And depending on who you interview and, people going boots on the ground, talking to different people, you see streets being cleaned up. You're seeing quote unquote negative like pieces of news of homeless people and people being displaced, but really they were being brought to homeless shelters and all of this stuff on the outside, right? So everything was happening on the outside, thinking that it's about the streets and all of that.
Well, that's what Trump said. It's not about the outside. Did you see the speech about Trump? He literally said, I'm going to clean up the streets. Like, he made it very clear. This is why I'm deploying the National Guard. And now this guy's going to give a spin on it and say, no, he didn't actually say that. He meant this.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question, though, Jaden. I mean, is that actually really a bad thing necessarily? I mean, not like crime-wise. I mean, like if you're going to like literally, and what I've seen is what they're trying to do is they're trying to like get the homeless out of major cities, which actually causes more crime. He's trying to. Yeah, and the left.
I don't blame him.
Yeah,
I don't blame him because I used to live in Denver, and I would go down the street, downtown Denver, and there's literally like on the corner of a major intersection, there's like 5 tents on the like they're literally living on the intersection.
Dude,
it's kind of weird. I
went over I-25 yesterday, and there were a whole row of tents right on the bridge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I get it, but at the same time, like.
Well, you see, the left uses that as leverage. Like they got to have it as an eyesore, almost.
Yeah. And I see it both ways. Like, I just imagine it. Like, have you seen They Live Truth? He uses it so much. I think when I think of the movie, I think of him. The movie They Live.
Okay, what about it?
You remember the part where they're all living in these tents? and then the government comes in and just demolishes all of their tents, and like, that's what I imagine in DC, bro. You got all these people just living in their tents, and then the fucking government comes in with their bulldozers and just like fucking levels this place, dude. Like, and it's just like the movie, dude. And everybody's screaming like, "Oh my god, my tent!" Like, I don't know if it, like, I get it. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm in the middle. Like, obviously, you don't want homeless on the street, but like, if you destroy this guy's tent and like throw away his belongings, he's just gonna go be homeless in secret. He's gonna go, instead of living above the bridge, he's gonna live under it. He's still homeless. He's just not in the public view anymore. And I think that's what they want, which really isn't a solution, because the underlying problem of being homeless isn't being fixed. You're just making them go live somewhere where they won't be bothered.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people that are almost reprobate, and
some people like to be homeless.
They're happy there. Even if you give them a hand up, they'll end up going back there.
100%.
And I don't know if there's a cure for that. You can try to preach the gospel to them, and hopefully they actually see themselves as righteous men and women. But that's not going to happen at every point. Some people are convinced that they're not. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, and there's a lot of.
All right, go ahead, Brad. No, you say this.
All right. There's people that are so reprobate that they push there is no God no matter what. I'll give you a good example. If you watch Splatz, what he's doing, he's calling a couple of these atheists out. They literally think that creation never happened or anything like that at all, and they preach this to people, man. And there's people who buy it, and it pushes them down that path, dude.
Right.
I think that's part of like the leftist agenda to begin with. There's people who in politics actually think there is no creator or God, then they don't have any respect for themselves, let alone their fellow men. I think that's where the heart of the problem
is. And only a fool says there's no God in his heart.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of evidence to show otherwise, dude.
Tons. Yeah, God's 100% real. I mean, even this guy's wrong, and he knows God's real. So at least he got that right?
So I think it pushes people to a reprobate mind. In other words, you anything to do with you, God, or creation, you push it off and you hate it. You grow a hatred for it. I think that's part of the plan. They want you to hate yourself and hate the God who made you.
And it works, man. I mean, we're just this tiny speck in an ever-expanding universe. And, I mean, it does make you feel kind of like, wow, I'm all alone out here,
Absolutely. And I think that's
the goal.
It's despair. It's hopeless.
Yeah. That's how they get you. And then they're like, oh, we'll give you false hope. Come follow us. You know what I mean? And then now you're putting your faith in the news and in the world and in science. And you're thinking, oh, Elon Musk is going to save the world with Neuralink or whatever the next PSYOP is, Oh, we're going to go to Mars. It's all good. We don't have to live on Earth. We'll be in Mars by 5 years. Just like 10 years ago, they said in 2025, we'll be on Mars. Now it's 2030. And then by 2030, it'll be 2045. And then maybe by that time, they'll have the technology to fake another space mission. And then we'll pretend we actually went to Mars.
Yeah. Well, speaking of all this, I got a message from Mikey, and he wants me to email Taboo Conspiracy. So
about what?
Oh, he said he's doing paperwork for his lawsuit, and he needs help filing it. And Ben at Taboo Conspiracy is actually a lawyer.
Oh, sweet, nice.
Yeah. So I was telling you about. I know some lawyers in the arena here. And I'm going to send him the paperwork and see what Mikey really needs to do. So I'm going to email him now. So if you don't hear from me for the next few minutes, I'm just writing an email.
Hey, take your time, man. This guy's probably going to say some crazy shit anyway. So
really, what were some of the notable things that occurred? Well, for one, a lot of things that were not covered on the news were very suspect, right? So Bioclandestine covers this fairly well, so I'm going to go over it briefly here. But here, there was
it's good when he's reviewing Telegram channels. It's always going to be true when he's on Telegram.
letter.
And I'm not hating on Telegram. I'm just saying, you know, I follow some really not 100% truthful people on Telegram.
That
Well, you know who
the
his
White House
favorite
sent.
app that is? There's one guy within this arena that did everything on Telegram.
Yeah, I forget it. There's one
It's
dude.
Jaron.
What is his name?
Jaron Camping.
Oh, Jaron. He did it on Telegram.
He does a lot of stuff on Telegram, dude.
Wow.
And I've been on Telegram, and there's a lot of scams on there, dude. A lot of hustle,
so
a lot
many.
of scam. Yeah.
I follow Flat Earth channels on Telegram sometimes. I don't really use it anymore. I used to, but a lot of them are always pushing weird fitness shit, weird supplements, like they're always selling something, dude. This supplement, it's like a Rumble ad. The government doesn't want you to hear about this supplement. It was banned by the National Guard in 1981. If you take this supplement, you will grow 3 dicks and have every woman you could ever imagine. Like, you know what I mean? Just some crazy shit like that, dude. Yeah. Every ad. It's not even one. It's every single one. It's retarded.
To the Smithsonian Institute, where they wanted to review certain things in their exhibition and materials. So basically,
let's see what this has to do with the deep state.
They notified them that they were going to do.
The White House has sent a letter to the Smithsonian notifying them that there will be a comprehensive internal review of their entire operation to include an inspection of the collections. This comes the day after Trump took federal control of D.C., Smithsonian Museum. Let's be real, man. He ain't finna come out and tell them half their dinosaur bones aren't real. He's not going to come to the Smithsonian and tell them, hey, those giant bones you guys dug up 100 years ago in Egypt, we need those on display. He's not going to say that. He's just not. So unless he's telling the Smithsonian to release the science that they have essentially put underground and not talked about, such as giants, such as some of the dinosaur bones not being real, such as some of the moon rocks being petrified wood, et cetera, et cetera. If they don't come out and do any of that, then it's all smoke and mirrors. It means nothing.
A comprehensive internal review.
Oh, why don't we come out and tell everybody, hey, by the way, we've never found a fossil where we found the deepest oil. We dig oil, right? And it's way deeper than any fossil I've ever located. So is it really a fossil fuel? They're not going to come out and tell you that.
Well, dude, you'll ruin a lot of fantasies and a lot of screenwriters' hopes and dreams that all that stuff's real.
Exactly, but he's saying this like, oh, it's all. Look, guys, it's a distraction. He wasn't actually trying to deploy the National Guard. He was trying to talk to the Smithsonian. None of what I've said is going to happen. The moon rocks are not going to come out. The fake dinosaur bones are not going to come out. They're not going to tell you what oil is. They're not going to show you the giant bones that they personally dug up themselves. The Smithsonian is a part of the PSYOPs, dude. They hide the truth. They hide the truth. They know there's giants. They won't show you the bones. They literally dug them up and looked at them for themselves. And they said, no, this will go in the archives that only the government officials can come visit.
Of their entire operation to inspect their collections. So this, of course, this comes a day after he took control of D.C.
This seems like some breadcrumbs, right? Because they know there's still going to be some right-wing conspiracy theorists that are pro-Trump, so they got to give him breadcrumbs. Ooh, look at this. He didn't go for the deep state. He didn't deploy that. Like, no, dude, this is just, it's smoke and mirrors. What is this actually going to achieve? This comprehensive internal review by the Trump administration. What is it going to achieve? Let's see what he thinks, because I don't think it's going to achieve fucking jack shit. Pardon my language, but that's the truth.
Deployed the National Guard for 30 days, and the Smithsonian museums have an infamous underground tunnel system connecting vast networks of museums underneath the National Mall. So this means that he would have access to the Smithsonian tunnels beneath the National Mall.
This means he would have access. Whoa. So Trump's saying
he doesn't have access now.
That's what I'm saying. Him quoting a comprehensive internal review that gives him access to the secret tunnels. Come on, man. He already had access. Right, Roger? Oh my God.
System connecting vast networks of
Like, look at this. This is not a conspiracy, dude. He hasn't said anything. He literally hasn't said a word noteworthy at all. Oh my God, look, because he deployed the National Guard, now he has access to the tunnels under the museum. Really? This is content nowadays?
museums underneath the National Mall. So this means that he would have access.
So this means he has access. Bro, help us, please. This is not content. This is just dumb. This is so dumb.
Jaden, right quick. You ever watch Roger the Rabbit, Back to the Future, any of these movies?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Okay. So you ever notice that, like, at the end of each scene that Christopher Lloyd Reed does in any movie, he ends up at Hayden Planetarium, right?
Really?
Yeah.
In multiple movies. Interesting.
All of them, dude. Almost any movie he's ever been in, there's always a scene at the Hayden's tunnel. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, these are known secrets and within the with directors, Hollywood, politicians for the half part. All this. Never mind.
I mean, they have these tunnels, bro. They definitely have these tunnels.
I mean,
I was looking into the Pizzagate thing when that was a thing in 2016, 2017, and like, Comic Ping Pong has a basement, dude. That's all I gotta say. He said there's no basement, but he posted pictures, so I think there's a basement, probably a tunnel connecting up. Maybe it leads to the White House. I don't know.
there's a network that goes across America, and they actually have an underground highway that a lot of the very rich and wealthy actually ship a lot of goods and do things in these systems, man. And they do it out of sight.
Makes sense, man. Yeah, they would want to. Yeah, I can see why they would.
It's nothing new, but I mean, they try to bury. He's trying to bury a boogeyman in here, like
the deep state. Yeah, okay. As far as I'm concerned, Trump is the deep state.
To the Smithsonian tunnels beneath the National Mall, while he just so happens to have military presence and full control of DC. So
my God, it's all making sense, dude. I might have to be a Trumper now, dude. Think about it. Let's connect the dots. Trump deploys the National Guard. The next day, he tells the Smithsonian, I need to look at your records. Bro, this is obviously a sign, dude. This is a sign. Jesus Christ is coming tomorrow. The rapture is on Wednesday. Whatever the next Wednesday is. Obviously, we all have to light our candles for Trump. I don't know, dude. This is dumb. Like, do you see the lines we're drawing? You know what I mean? They're freaking out. Hey, what's up, Maureen Carr? I haven't seen you before. How you doing? Welcome. But yeah, this isn't against Chris Yoon. He's just saying, like, Trump's doing this, Trump is doing that. As far as I'm concerned, Trump is involved with it. So I don't think he's really doing anything. Not that's actually going to get, the deep state gone, quote unquote.
Tunnels could be used to mask the movement of troops, perps, and equipment.
Oh my God. They're saying they're putting troops through the Smithsonian tunnels. Hear what he just said. Listen to what he just said, guys.
National Mall, while he just
because it all ties in. So first it's Trump, and then the guards, and then we're going to DC. They're in DC. Now he's talking to the Smithsonian. He gets access to the secret tunnels. It's so obvious that Trump is clearly using these museum, Smithsonian secret tunnels to transport troops. It's obvious. Clearly,
he's going to march in on your county now, and he's going to take over the whole thing
through the museum secret tunnels, bro.
Yep.
You think, bro? The Smithsonian goes to every major capital. They're going to march straight through from DC, straight to LA, straight to New York, under the tunnels. They're going to pop out right in the Capitol. Oh my God, this is actually comedy. I cannot take this seriously. I'm sorry, but I can't. And I don't hate Chris Yoon. Luckily for him, this isn't his Telegram. Because if it was his Telegram, I would be laughing at Chris Yoon. I'm unfortunately just hoping he stops being deceived.
So happens to have military presence and full control of DC. So these tunnels could be used to mask the movement of troops, perps, and equipment.
What do you think about this? Do you think they called the museum and they were like, "Hey, man, we need to get National Guard across DC. Can we use your secret museum tunnels?" I mean, that just sounds so idiotic to me. It's not even in the realm of a possibility. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, I think
It's
they
not.
did a better.
Go ahead.
I think they did a better job with the ICE just isolating some of the criminal organizations, but the troops are there just to maintain order. They're just showing their presence. They're not like, and we're invading your capital.
I was gonna say this earlier to you, Roger. My sister, she's in town and she's from LA, and she brought a bunch of Cali weed with her, dude. She got some pre-rolls, some
Nice.
joints, the diamonds, cards, everything. She's golfing right now, but I sure wish I had one of her joints because this is hurting my fucking head, dude.
I bet.
I mean, I need a joint, bro, to ease the pain of this awful conspiracy that doesn't exist. I mean, honestly, this is I'm not going to say it's a crime, but this guy should be held for holding a conspiracy. This whole video is a conspiracy, dude. I'm not even going to lie to you. We're like 4 minutes in. He's talking about Trump needed to talk to the Smithsonian so that he could transport troops through their secret tunnels. Like, bro, I'm not even high yet. I feel like I've already smoked 10 joints to fucking believe this shit. Pardon my language, but I am genuinely like that dumbfounded. I can't think of another word to describe how dumb this sounds. I mean, seriously. I mean, Trump had to contact the museum to move troops around. You really think so? And why though? Why? Why did he have to do that? Last time I checked, he proudly proclaimed troops will be in the cities. He wants you to see the soldiers. He wants you to see that. Why would he have to secretly move soldiers around using museum tunnels? And he has to what is it when you work together with someone?
Collaborate.
Collaborate. Thank you. That's exactly the word I was looking for. He has to collaborate with a museum to push the military. Really? He can't just like deploy the National Guard without putting them through these secret tunnels?
Well, there is a protocol to deploying the National Guard. And I'm pretty sure.
I'd be willing to bet it doesn't include the Smithsonian. Go ahead, Roger. Sorry.
Oh, sorry,
I just thought that was funny.
Yeah. The Smithsonian's just
that's one of the new procedures.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know.
That's the executive order. He's got the Smithsonian order. You know, we have to use the museums to use the military now. So we can't deploy the National Guard without the museum's consent.
There's
like, come on, bro. This is crazy.
It is. Now, there's people that would actually buy this. I guarantee you there's somebody out there sucking this up right now.
Oh, wait. Let's read the comments. Hold on. Let's see what they said. You're spot on, Chris. Thank you for what you do. I believe NG put into what is NG? Do you know what he means by NG? National Guard. I believe the National Guard being put into place so we are comfortable when military begins ops and tribunals. I think this is wishful thinking, honestly. This guy's basically saying the deep state is going to pay and all these Democrats are going to be put to death. So Trump is predictive programming us so that when he puts the Democrats to death, we won't fear the military being in the streets. That is so not the case. I hate to tell you. Let's see what everybody else is saying. Good job, Chris. Very nice. It's what the show redacted would like us to believe. I'm not sure. At least he's not sure. Let's see. I enjoy the reporting. Great insight. You are geopolitically wise but your spiritual overlay. No, this is bad. Look what he said. You are geopolitically wise by your spiritual overlay. Let's grow your ministry. This guy said Q. It seems to be going that way. Capital Q. No, there's nobody disagreeing, bro. This guy said no. This guy said no. I'm going to like that comment. It's
Nice.
believing with the public. It's not just with this, but even with Jesus returning one day. So let's be shocked and all because they don't want to make any effort. Oh, man, it seems like all the comments are agreeing. I don't know if he deletes comments. Maybe somebody left a mean comment and he deleted it, but I can't see them. There's nothing negative. It's all positive. Oh, yes, Chris, good job. Well done. You're so right. Let me be the first to tell you because your comments won't, Chris. Trump is just as bad as Kamala, and they both hate God. So for you to support Trump and say he's this Christian man and he's going to drain the swamp, I don't agree. And I do think God can use ungodly leaders to lead people to Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
There has been many examples in the Old Testament where these leaders didn't follow God, but he still used them as an example. But the real question is, were these leaders that God used them as an example saved in the Old Testament? I don't know, man. I dare say a lot of them weren't, man.
You're probably right.
What do you think, Roger? Like, for example, Nebuchadnezzar, where he threw him in the fiery furnace, and they came out of the furnace unscathed.
You're talking about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, or that's
yeah, and he's like
non-Hebrew names. Yeah.
Glory to your God, glory to the God of Meshach. Sorry, say their names again. Meshach, and
Abednego. Yeah.
Shadrach, there you go. Glory to their God, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that equates to him like saying, like let's say, okay, they were freed and God freed them, right? When they left and they were freed and they were like, oh, we're free now, let's do our own thing. Did he still acknowledge their God, or did he probably still force people to bow down to his God? You know what I mean? He probably still yeah,
I get you. Yeah.
Even though God can use ungodly leaders to say, oh, wow, your God is greater than mine. They still haven't denied their God, though. You know what I mean? Like, oh, your God's greater than mine, but I still love my God, though. You know what I mean? Like,
they still had faith in what they were taught and believed in, just like what we're doing with God and with people now.
Yeah. Same thing with Trump. Like, some people say, oh, well, Trump is doing these great things and he's pushing the body of Christ through this, even though it's usually not his words, because Trump is quoted in saying, bad people go to hell and good people go to heaven. And I hate to tell you, but good people go to hell all the time. There are great people in the world that don't know Jesus Christ and they live a good life and they will go to hell. And not because of it is because of their works. It really is.
Yeah,
because no matter how good you are, you still have sin and you need Jesus.
I'm finished up this email right quick.
Yeah, take your time. But yeah, everybody needs Jesus, bro. So it's one of those things like in the Old Testament where God saves his people, but I don't know if God necessarily saves the ruler that let them go. The reason they even let them go in the first place is because they were put to death. God saved them. Think about Daniel in the lion's den. Meshach, I don't even know. Something Abednego.
Shadrach, Meshach,
and Abednego. Look at them. But I don't know when these people left the land, if these people, these rulers were saying, oh, well, God freed you guys. He'll free us too. Let's forget our false gods and we'll worship the God of Meshach, whatever, and Abednego. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's the case. So even if Trump does say, oh, God this, God that, I don't know if that will lead to him necessarily. Like, even if he acknowledges our God and gives glory to our God, I don't know if that means he's saved. Everybody is saved through trembling and fear. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You figure out your own salvation through trembling and fear. I'm not going to say Trump is not saved or not, but I know Trump said that good people go to heaven, and I know for a fact that there's good people that go to hell. So
Yeah. Well, Trump
because
actually
being
said
good
this.
doesn't get you to heaven. It's the
Trump,
blood of Jesus Christ. I am not good. I'm false. I am not wise. I'm wicked. I mess up. I fall short. I make mistakes. There's nothing I can do to get me to heaven, and there's nothing Trump can do. So that means when he said good people go to heaven, that's a false statement. Good people don't go to heaven. Those covered in the blood of Christ go to heaven. And some of those people, you may consider them bad. Some of those people in heaven, you might not look at them as a good person, and they will still go to heaven because they have Jesus Christ, regardless of their works, apart from their works, by faith alone and grace alone by Christ.
Well, I want to quote Trump himself. He said this: "He is not a Christian."
Yeah, he's not. He's really not. And I think Chris Yoon is, unfortunately, he thinks Trump, he hasn't said it, but I'd be willing to bet, Chris Yoon thinks Trump is going to heaven. He's a good guy. And I just don't agree. I can't. It's not possible.
Well, that would be up to Trump and his relationship with God if he had one.
This is almost like me saying this, right?
Yeah.
Let's say we lived in the times of Meshach. Oh my gosh. Go ahead and say it.
Shadrach and Abednego.
Let's say we lived in those times, right?
Gotcha.
And I saw God's glory, and I saw that he saved them from the fiery furnace, and I saw Nebuchadnezzar acknowledge my God as the Most High. And he said, glory be to their God. But then they leave, right?
I'm with you.
And he doesn't follow in my God's footsteps. He doesn't continue in that way. And even though, yes, he spared them and he gave glory to their God for the moment, as a whole picture, I'm looking at this leader and they're gone. Meshach, Abednego, all of them, they've left. They're free. And I see he still is doing the same things. How can I now say because one time he gave glory to my God, now he believes in him? Trump has said Jesus. Trump has said, I don't know, I can't say exactly what he said. I'd have to get the things, but he's, glory to Jesus, praise Jesus. We all need Jesus. Trump was asked, how do you feel about being the most famous person in the world? He said, I don't know. I'm not Jesus. And that's a great thing. That does bring glory to our God. But you have to judge a tree by its fruits. Is he following our God? Or did he just give him glory in that moment and then in the next he forgets about him?
I would go with lip service. Yeah, probably more than likely.
It's lip service. Watch Derek Johnson and Gene Kodak Spurs. Trump keeps saying Actors Guild, Hollywood, Paul Veneer, Mask, Jim Carrey. Who else could fall upstairs and Dumb the Mask, liar. I agree, Maureen. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Trump is this godly guy, but he can still say things. I mean, you got to understand there's Freemasons that say they're Christians. And they will tell you to your face, Christ is the only way to heaven. But internally, they're wolves that seek to devour you. And they truly, deeply don't believe that. So you have to be careful.
As Keith said earlier, we're dealing with a bunch of them now.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And you got to be wary. That's all.
And I don't think Chris Yoon is a wolves in sheep's clothing. I think he's deceived. I don't think he knows that both sides play into the devil. I don't think he knows yet.
Well,
I truly think Chris Yoon thinks that God is going to save the nation, and God willing, he will. And maybe he'll use Trump, but that doesn't mean Trump is this godly figure we should all base our lives on.
No, definitely not. Well,
if we based our life on Trump, we would be wrong. We would end up deceived. Sorry, go ahead.
Even the Chinese acknowledge, in a way, with their calendar and historical events, that Christ actually did come. Did you know that? Have you heard this before? Yeah.
I don't think so. Elaborate if you'd like to.
Oh, it's more complicated. I can't just do it all.
Yeah, that's why I was saying.
There's a certain date on their calendar where this great event happened, and there were actually wise men in the Chinese culture that declared that the Son of God had came, and it's coinciding with the timeline with actual historic events during Christ's birth and his death. Yeah, that 33-year period supposedly. And this, if you want to get conspiratorial, like because Christ lived.
Honestly, I think that's the mockery, dude. I actually do. I can't say for sure. I'd have to get like a historian to back it up, but I'd be willing to believe Christ died at 33 years old, and that's the whole reason why Masons and everybody else loves this.
They
number
hijacked
33.
that number.
Yeah, it's a mockery. They want us to see 33 and be in disgust because they use that number now. But that number in past times was the death of Christ. And it should be a good number in that sense. If you think about it, oh, Christ died 33 years after he was born. Wonderful. But they use it as a mockery. It's sad.
Yeah. And they said they use it like a metaphorically speaking in an astrological presentation. Have you heard the exoterical explanation for Christ and the Sun and the 12 apostles that coincide with the 12 houses and the stars, and the Son of God is actually the sun in the sky, and so on and so forth, and Mary's the moon. So they all make it allegorical. They don't present Christ as a physical person that was brought to this world by God in an immaculate conception. No, they don't do that. They go to like, oh, it's a metaphor. They stole our sky religion and made up Christ and the 12 apostles.
Yeah, I firmly believe in the Bible, and I think that's a great thing.
Well, there's historic evidence for it, and it's been shown.
Certainly the Old Testament, the New Testament as well, but yeah, definitely the Old Testament for sure. And it's funny because regardless of historical proof for the New, Christ was in the Old, and he even said, if you knew the Father, you would know me. Moses talked about me. Abraham longed to see my day. Before Abraham, I was. So even if we had no historical proof for the New Testament, all he did was fulfill the Old. Yeah. All of the old prophecies, the old covenants, all of that was fulfilled through Jesus Christ.
So I'm going to pop off here, Jaden. You can finish this.
No worries, man.
I'm going to go talk to Mikey. What I'm doing with him and Taboo is basically helping him file paperwork so he can sue the Canadian Space Agency.
I love that. I hope it works, man. I love that.
Yeah, well, that's why we're getting a lot of kickback from people like McToon and people, because they don't want something like that to happen. Put precedent on the record. Yeah. So we
especially if he wins, because then now that's more evidence for your side. You know what I mean? For our side, really.
We've already actually won it too. We've already won a federal court case. You know that, right?
Yeah, in America, right?
Yeah, Zen Garcia.
Yeah, Zen Garcia. Yeah. I'm gonna quickly take a pee. I can still hear you, Roger. So any final statements you have, I will hear you. So go ahead and continue.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna take a pee really quick.
I think this guy Kim, it would actually be better off to, instead of biting on every little nuance to everything, not to be not aware of what they're doing. It's just jumping to conclusions way too fast. That would be my synopsis of what I'm seeing. Conspiracies do exist. I'm not saying they don't. It's just like I think he's reaching for this and making something of making a mountain, making a molehill into a mountain. And Jaden, it's been nice being here. I'm gonna go talk to Mikey for a minute. I'll be watching your stream. I'll keep it running. And good to see you, Maureen, Carr, whoever you are. And this young man here, I think he's on the right path.
I try, man. Thank you so much, Roger. I love having you in. You always bring up great topics. And, man, dude, this would be like a 15-minute stream with me. But with you, we're always like, oh, yeah, let's talk about this, let's talk about that. I love having you in, man. It really does.
I'll try to add insight. I'm not here to, blind you with anything. All right. Well, I'll see you around. I'll be doing a stream probably later tonight and do what I wanted to do on my stream last night. I got interrupted. These things happen. But I got rid of a couple of them. And they're not welcome back over on my stream anymore. it's nothing, no personal incredulity, as they would like to say. It was
Right.
actually what they did on my stream and what they were doing in my stream. He was looking to make a hit piece, trim out stuff I say, and make it look like I'm an idiot. And I literally had to get rid of them. You'll go through
I
it.
don't blame you.
Yeah.
I've been through it but somewhat.
Okay.
I haven't had any videos made about me though, not yet. Not that I know of.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, but it goes with the territory. The longer you're here, the more
eventually it'll happen, right?
Yeah.
I see it as a good thing, right? It's a sign you're really a part of the community. Are you really a flat earther in the community if you're not getting hate videos made about you?
Well, I think Congress made that one of their priorities in 2017. No,
yeah, they absolutely
make authoritative content. Never mind. All right. Later, Jaden.
Bless you, Roger. I'll see you around. Are you going to be on flat stream? I think I'll try to make it for that.
I might be. I probably will. I didn't know he was streaming today or not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. He should be streaming today. I don't think he's uploaded the because usually he uploads like an hour prior, so you know the topic. I don't think he's uploaded it yet, but you'll probably see it on his channel here in the next hour.
Yeah, he'll within the next hour he'll put one out if he is.
Alrighty, well, if I don't see you on there, man, bless you. Are you doing a stream tonight or anything? I feel bad I missed yours last night. It's just like 1 a.m. when you stream for me, so it's kind of late.
Yeah, you're in East Coast, right? Like 2
yeah,
hours.
So it'd be 12 or 11 for you, but it's 1 a.m. for me, so it's a bit late. Usually I'm up for it, though. Just last night I fell asleep early.
I don't know if PJ's streaming today or not. I have no idea.
I wouldn't be surprised for a late night stream tonight.
Yeah. Well, for you.
Oh, yeah, that's too, yeah.
All right, man. Well, I'll probably be able to watch it. All right. Bless you, do, man. Right.
I'll drop a link to your channel in the chat here.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course.
How many people are watching right now?
Only 3, but not that. It is what it is. I tend to actually get quite a few viewers after the live.
Yeah. Well, I shared
usually like
show.
50 or 60 after. Oh, I do appreciate that. Thank you for sharing it, man.
We got to keep it together, man. That's all.
100%. Got to stay together, especially because we agree on so much. And I do want to say this, even if we did disagree, Roger, which is kind of funny because I can't even think of anything that we disagree off on the top of my head. Okay. I don't really give a shit. Like, you're still a very cool dude. I still pray for you. I still want the best for you. And if we ever do disagree on something, hopefully it won't be like a groundbreaking thing. You know what I mean? Like, we're not robots. If we agreed on everything, it'd be boring as hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got your point of view. Hey, Sandro's in. You got another
Hey, Sandro, welcome, brother. I'm sorry. I know we're on Restream right now. You can't really get in on this, but good to see you, Sandro. Good to see you, man.
Well, he's looking at you.
Oh, he's looking. I see the eye.
All right, man. All right. I'm getting off.
Yeah, give me an update how that goes with you, bro. Next time we talk, I'll ask you some questions about it.
Okay. All right, man.
All right, man. Bless you.
Later, Jaden.
Tell Roger. Tell Rhonda I said hello. You guys have a good breakfast.
Oh, she's up now.
Well, tell her I said bless her, and I hope you both have a wonderful breakfast wherever you guys go.
I was kidding. I don't know. We're not conspiring to have breakfast right now.
No conspiracy.
It's almost lunchtime, dude.
Well, go have brunch.
Okay. All right. Later, Jaden.
Okay, man. All right. I got somebody's watching my stream on Discord. Somebody sent me a verse they wanted me to read. So we're going to quickly read that verse before we continue this. I think he said it was Isaiah 43. So we're going to go ahead and read that. Let me pull up the e-sword on my desktop. Shout out to Sandro. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Nice having you guys in. Let me just change my screen to the e-sword. Here we are. Should be able to see this, guys. Let me just make sure. Yep. So he said, here, I'll send him a link to join. He said he doesn't know how to join. Here you go. This is how you join. He said, yo, I'm listening to you on YouTube. I can answer that for you. Read Isaiah 45, all of it, and pay attention to Isaiah 45:4. So we're going to read Isaiah 45 and pay attention to Isaiah 45:4. Appreciate the comment. He didn't leave it on YouTube. He left it on Discord. But he was talking in regards to, I'm assuming, the rulers not necessarily following God, but there are times where they give glory to God and they realize his divinity. Isaiah 45, let me just make sure. 45:4, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and read this. Shout out to Zal who sent this to me. Oh, is it a blank screen for you guys? It looks like a blank screen for me. Let me just confirm on the YouTube chat. All roads lead to Obama. That's a beautiful one. Yeah. Hey, Michael Kahn. Welcome, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Love having you in. Sorry, I'm having a weird thing where on Restream it shows that my screen share is blank, but I think you guys can see it, though. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. I just wanted to make sure it's visible. Thus saith the Lord to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand I have holden, to subdue nations before him. And I will loosen the loins of the kings, to open before him the two leaved. Let's get ESV. Open before him that gates may not be closed, that two leaved gates, and the gates shall not be shut. I will go before thee and make the crooked places straight. I will break into pieces the gates of brass and cut into sunder the bars of iron. And I will give thee the treasures of darkness, and hidden riches of the secret places, that thou mayst knoweth that I, the Lord, which call thee by name, am the God of Israel. Amen. Now, verse 4, he said, pay attention to this, so we're going to. For Jacob, my servant's sake. Let's get that in ESV, hold on. For the sake of my servant Jacob. Look at the difference here, guys. For Jacob, my servant's sake. I read it differently because I'm expecting a comma here. For Jacob, comma, my servant's sake. But it's really for the sake of my servant Jacob. Anyways, for the sake of my servant Jacob, for Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect, I have even called thee by name, by thy name. I've called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, thou though hast not known me. Though thou hast not known me. I have even called thee by name. I have surnamed thee, even though thou hast not known me. I know it says thou that hast not known me, but in English today, even though you haven't known me. So yeah, that actually is a good verse in Isaiah. I do appreciate you bringing that up because it does say that. That is a good verse. So even though we haven't known him, or that they haven't known him, he's still called thee by name. I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me, that they may know from the rising of the sun in the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there's no one else. There is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. This reminds me of PJ's stream yesterday where we were talking about the difference between the gods in the Bible, the false gods and the real gods. And it seems to me that this is clearly saying, I mean, he's doing all of these things. He didn't need the other gods to create some of the things for him. He did all things. All these things. Drop down, ye heavens from above, and let the skies pour down righteousness. Let the earth open, and let them bring forth salvation, and let righteous spring up together. I, the Lord, have created it. Woe unto him that striveth with his marker. Let the postard, what does that say in ESV? Woe to him who strives with him who formed him, a pot among earthen pots. Does the clay say to him who forms it, what are you making? Or your work has no handles. I'm going to just keep reading ESV. It's much easier of a read. I don't have to pray over it, you know. When I read the King James, I'm like, Lord, please help me to understand these verses. You know what I mean? With this, hopefully everybody understands it. Anyways, woe to him who strives to be strives with him who formed him. A pot among earthen pots. Does the clay say to him who forms it, what are you making? Or you are working with no handles. Your work has no handles. Woe to him who says to a father, what are you begotten? Or to a woman, with what are you in labor? Thus says the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, and the one who formed him, asked me of the things to come. Will you command me concerning my children and the work of my hands? I made the earth and created man on it. It was my hands that stretched out the heavens, the firmament, and I commanded all their hosts. And I have stirred him up in righteousness, and I will make all his ways level. He shall build my city and set my exiles free, for not for price or reward, says the Lord of hosts. Let me just send him a message. He wanted me to read the whole chapter, so I'm going to read the whole chapter. Thus says the Lord, the wealth of Egypt and merchandise and the wealth of Egypt and the merchandise of Cush and the Sabines. I don't want to sound morbid. I'm not even going to say what I thought that said, but I thought it, yeah. Anyways, what's up, Zal? Welcome, brother. Welcome. How you doing? Are you there? Hello? Hey, there you are. Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
I was just watching your stream, man. I was just showing you the whole thing. Well, just 45 mainly, but like the whole point of that is to show you that, yes, he uses people that don't even know him, right? That's the main point, right? He calls them out.
Though you do not know me. Isaiah 45:5 and 4. Both of these verses are actually very tied into that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, I brought up this main verses because it's talking about Cyrus the Great that repaired Israel and brought it back to rebuilding and stuff like that.
Right.
And he was like the king of Babylon at the time. And you could consider that, right? But the main thing is that the Israelites today, they consider Trump the modern version of Cyrus.
Yeah. Well, I have a question. Do you think Cyrus was saved by the Lord, or was he just used, even though he didn't know him, to further the Lord's work, even though maybe he might not have known him? Do you think he was saved? Because I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm 100% sure that he was saved just because.
Oh, he was perfect, amazing.
Just because of the fact that after he conquered Babylon, right? Daniel came out and gave him this Isaiah scroll, and if you go back a chapter to Isaiah 44, and at the end of Isaiah 44, it even named him. Like God named Cyrus in Isaiah 44.
Absolutely.
So I was like, yo, bro, God named you in this scroll like a few thousand years ago, and he told me what you would do and how you would conquer Babylon. And he's like, what? And then that's when he found out that, oh, the Lord is real. And he's using me to prove his existence and to show me that who he is also.
Okay, I'm going to continue this video. I do appreciate bringing up that verse. That was a very good verse.
What video are you watching?
It's the Chris Yoon video. He's saying, we'll watch it together. If you have to say anything, just say something and I'll pause it.
Okay.
Equipment. Now, later in that week, a lot of people were tracking.
The video title is, Are We Watching the National Guard Carry Out a Top Secret Deep State Removal Op? And unfortunately, I think Trump is involved with it, so I don't think he's removing the deep state.
Troops and federal agents in D.C. So
the thing about Trump is that you got to know that the deep state is gunning for him, right? The entire time they've been trying to kill him. They've been bugging him with like just surveillance and all that stuff, but he has been protected by God himself with a hedge, you know, just like how Job is, right? In the story.
Well, I guess we have differing opinions, because my opinion, I don't think Trump is really this godly man. I think he's honestly working with the deep state. I think the deep state is a psyop, honestly. Because if he was talking about the real deep state, he'd talk about the Illuminati and the Freemasons and the actual deep state. Because the way he puts it, the deep state is only Democrat. It's only the leftist. And I think there are many Freemasons that are right wingers. I think there are many Illuminati-esque people that are right wingers. So to phrase it like the deep state is just this leftist thing and that the right is totally right about everything, I think both sides are incorrect, honestly. I'm not a Trumper, but I'm not a Democrat either. I'm in the middle.
So how does he phrase it? Like, I don't listen to him talk at all.
Well,
So.
it seems like the deep state is just this leftist thing, and it's I don't think it's only leftist. I think it's the deep state is more so like the way they describe it. It's the leftist Illuminati, but I think the Illuminati is left and right.
All right, but does Trump actually say that somewhere? That's my
question.
Mean,
it's more with the Q and all of that. It's all of like the conspiracies behind it. It is very weird. Q? Yeah, he brings Q into this. Yeah, this guy he's all over the place. Let me actually.
I don't understand what you mean. Like Q mentions the leftist mainly, right?
Yeah, but I think Q is kind of a psyop in itself. I don't know. I just can't trust the government to save us. I think it's Christ alone that saves us. Like even
it's
you know,
in
like
in a sense, I wouldn't say Trump is the government. I mean, remember when that whole lockdown thing happened when DC freaking just deployed like a bunch of military troops just at the White House for seemingly no reason. You remember that?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about here. Oh, well, that was with Biden. Yeah, yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, Biden went in full defense mode. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like,
yeah, he did. Yeah,
he deployed that's the U.S. government. Trump is not controlling the government in a sense at that time. He was more like controlling like a band of elite guys, basically.
Right.
Like David, for example. Like King Saul would go after David, right, with the government, and Saul would and David would have like a band of merry men, but they were actually like generals, very capable guys, right? These guys are working together while the government is literally hunting them down. I'm just talking about at the time. But now that Trump is actually back officially into power, then yeah, he does have like sway over the government.
Right.
But it wasn't the government that like did anything at the time. They were all working for Biden.
Right.
There was like maps and different things, but namely, the National Guard were operating at two key subterranean transport hubs near the Capitol National Mall. It seems the National Guard troops were securing underground transportation across the Capitol. So is Trump keeping people out, or is he potentially preparing to keep people in and prevent high-level or high-profile criminals from escaping? Now, also,
because he's framing it like this recent thing where Trump deployed the National Guard is somehow a deep state ploy to like bring people to military tribunals. But obviously, we haven't seen that happen yet. And this is like a 2-week-old video. I'm safe to say, like, what he's saying here hasn't come to pass, unfortunately.
In a speech that he made just recently, I think in the last week or so, he was talking about sending the National Guard next to a city like Chicago. And Chicago, of course, is my hometown, but a lot of different news in reaction to that. And then after Chicago comes other cities.
I wonder if the deep state's in Chicago.
No, the thing about is that the reason why they can't catch Trump is that every time he declares something that he's gonna do, he's actually hoodwinking the shit out of them, doing something else. Pardon my language, but that's why they couldn't like be a step ahead of him. He can say one thing, right, but he's actually doing something else. Right? To throw
That's kind of what he's saying with this. He's saying, oh, well, you deploy the National Guard for this, but it's actually for that type of deal.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, like, the deep state is always eyes on him, always listening. They're always freaking paranoid about him because he knows their game. He knows he's been part of their nonsense.
Right? I mean, it's unfortunate because I think he's one of them, bro. I really think he's right in there with them. And I don't think he's pretending. I think he's genuine.
I would say the former because, like, I've seen videos of like Satanists coming to Christ, right? And those
Right.
guys know how to like freaking mess up the spiritual realm way better than any Christian. Why? Because they've been a part of it.
Right.
They've been playing the game, so they know how to navigate through that, and they would be the worst enemy, you know? Like nothing's what's the word here? Like nothing worse than having your friend become an enemy, man. Like that's what it
Right.
is, right? Because they know the thing. Like if the insiders and stuff like that, if they ever turn, then you're kind of in a mess, right? For the kingdom of darkness specifically. That's what I'm trying to say.
100%.
So like Trump has been a part of that nonsense game for a long time, but now that he has flipped and actually like is working for God instead of the kingdom of darkness, that's when it's full panic mode because, you know, you have somebody that knows their meta. That's just how it is.
I see it as a Christian psyop, bro. I don't think Trump is working for God. I think he's just claiming to be so he can get us on board and to support him.
No, I wouldn't believe that at all either because
And
if
that's
that
fine.
was true, then I'm just saying like you're saying that he has to be absolutely perfect for him to be a man of God, right? I don't think so.
Well, he doesn't have to be perfect, but I just don't even think he's described it right. He said good people go to heaven and bad people go to hell. I think there's good people that go to hell, dude. If you don't know Jesus, then you could do all of these mighty works. You could cast out demons. You could heal the sick. You could pray for the poor. And if you don't know Jesus, you're still going to hell. I mean, there's just no way around it.
The thing
And
is,
and I don't think Trump has really made that clear. He's basically saying, "Oh, as long as you're a good person, you'll go to heaven." And I just disagree. I think good people go to
I
hell all the
mean,
time.
you could take it that way, but you have to kind of see things in more of that weird wordplay type of thing. He's not
Right.
wrong. Think about it. He's not wrong.
In a sense, yeah.
Yeah, because like think of it this way. Good people go to heaven, bad people go to hell, right? Well, who's a good person? Nobody. So everybody
Nobody.
goes to
Only
hell.
God.
But
Yeah.
technically Jesus is the only good person, so he's not
Right.
wrong. Just like how Abraham says, yo, you know, not Abraham. What's his name? Was it Abraham? Yeah, it was Abraham. Abraham and Sarah. You know the story of Abraham and Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
He says, is Sarah his wife or his sister?
I think it's his sister, right?
Yes, but it's all
Could be wrong.
but the thing is he married his half sister.
Right.
So it's
So I
also
guess
his
both.
wife. So but he only says that it's his sister. So all
Right.
the rulers and kings would try to marry her and then they would get in trouble with God for adultery, right?
Right.
But the point is he's not lying.
Right. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I get you.
What has
And
Q
here's
said before about
one
Go ahead.
one more. I have one more that I'll kind of blow your mind. You know the phrase all road leads to God. You know,
Yeah.
like every road leads to God, every religion leads to God, right? Is that
Mm-hmm.
true or false in a sense? Like if you
It's
look at it from a technical view, technical
from a
sense.
technical. I think it would be false, right?
Wrong, because if you think about it, every religion, every knee will end up at the white throne judgment. So they do end up facing God at the end of the day. It's just that they get sorted out and go like get thrown into the lake of fire. So in a
Right.
sense, they do meet God at the white throne judgment
Right.
in Revelations. So all religions do get to meet God one day. You see what I mean?
No, I get that. Yeah. It's all about context.
So yeah, like I see I see how people like they could make a statement like that, like what Trump said, but he's technically not wrong. It's
Right.
weird that way.
the
But yeah,
National
I
Guard?
do
Who
agree.
controls the National Guard? This is post number 22. Why was the National Guard recently activated in select cities within the U.S.? Can the National Guard work in coordination with the Marines? Do conditions need to be satisfied to authorize? What former president used the military to save the republic, and what occurred exactly? Biggest drop ever to be provided on poll, study, and prepare. Masses tend to panic in such situations. No war, no civil unrest, clean and swift. And then why is the National Guard called across 12 cities? This is post number 3. And so there's a lot of talk. And again, I'm not going to read all these different posts suggesting the reason and just different things. You can do the research yourself. But one of the key posts, which was the very first post, was Hillary Rodham Clinton extradition already in motion effective yesterday, with several countries in case of cross-border run.
Let me look this up. Is Hillary Clinton extradited? I'd willing to bet not.
I heard she was dead for some reason. I don't know.
Hillary Clinton. I googled it. Hillary Clinton is not extradited. This is a random Telegram post that this guy just assumed to be true. Hillary Clinton's expedition already in motion. Really? Why didn't she get extradited then? It's not mainstream news. It's not even off-stream news. It's not news at all because it didn't happen.
Passport approved to be flagged effective 10.
This was. Notice how this says 7 years ago. He's reading a post that says 7 years ago. Oh my God. If her extradition was set 7 years ago, you'd think she'd be dead by now.
30 expect massive riots organized in defiance and others fleeing the U.S. to occur. U.S. Marines will conduct the operation while National Guard activated. So again, I don't want to go too deep into some of those stuff, but again, the point here is that it's already been told to us what may happen and what to expect in this.
Has it really though? That was a 7-year-old post taken out of context, and he's saying, "Look, guys, QAnon 7 years ago said that this would happen." That has nothing to do with what's going on right now. Clearly, because Hillary Clinton hasn't been extradited.
I don't know,
whole
man.
progression of what's to come.
Haven't you heard that she died a long time ago?
I mean, people are saying that about Trump, though. People say Trump is dead and they're using AI stunt doubles and that he's not actually. That video to Charlie Kirk that he posted on the White House YouTube, they said that wasn't even him. So the same conspiracy for her is going for Trump, too. Some people think he's dead.
Really?
Yeah.
The thing is, I haven't seen anything about Hillary Clinton for a long time. That's what I'm saying.
I believe it. I mean, John McCain got offed, and they said he died of brain cancer.
Which is that there's a deeper, sinister event happening, and secretly the military, the National Guard, and just this whole operation with Trump and the White Hats, they have to do something behind the scenes. At the same time, on the outside, the public, the news, whoever, they have to calm the public in some sense by saying certain stories and talking about certain things while another operation is happening behind the scenes. Because remember, there's a bigger issue at play than trying to fix public perception and Trump with his approval numbers and all that stuff. There's a lot of acting going on, but the bigger
bunch of acting
issue is that there is a deep state. There is a sinister.
Man, I don't think it's a deep state, dude. I think it's called the Illuminati. It's called the Freemasons. It's called Skull and Bones. It's called, under all these names. But Trump doesn't say Skull and Bones. Trump doesn't say deep state. Or no, he does say deep state. This reminds me of telling half-truths just like Andrew Tate does. Andrew Tate loves to say, "The Matrix is after me. The Matrix is after me." Why can't you say who they really are? Because they'll kill him. Same thing with Trump. But Trump knows that he'll be killed, so we really can't do anything to stop him. He's one of them, as far as I'm concerned. The reason Andrew Tate says, "The Matrix is after me, the Matrix is trying to do this," is because if he said too much of the truth, he would be suicided. He can't say, "Oh, these Jesuit Freemasons are after me because I'm telling you guys the truth." He would literally die the next day, and he knows he would. So he tells you a half-truth, and he says, the Matrix. Who the hell is the Matrix? One person thinks it's this organization. Another person sees the video and sees it's this organization. At the end of the day, maybe 5% of his total audience understands that the Matrix is actually the Freemasons, the Jesuits, the Illuminati, and the Skull and Bones, and all of these other secret societies, because he never actually tells you who they are. And that's the issue. Trump doesn't tell you the deep state is actually these Illuminati puppets that have controlled Britain. They've controlled Africa. They continue to control the United Nations. They actively control Israel, the nation that we support. They don't tell you that. Hey, Aaron, how's it going, brother? I don't think I've seen you in here before.
Hey, what's going on, my niggers? How's it going?
Hey, whoa, bro. Let's chill with the language, please.
Oh, my bad.
You're good, man. I mean, if you want to troll, you can troll, but let's not get kicked out immediately, right? At least make it a good troll. Okay. All right. You said the N word, and your bio says the N word too. So
Well, it's just a term of endearment that black people. It's like, what up, my.
I get that. I mean, I've said it before, so
Yeah, I
I don't
wouldn't
hate
be
you.
offended by it.
I just don't want to kick you out, bro. I haven't talked to you before. Hopefully you're not here to troll, but if you are, that's fine.
No, no, I'm not a troll. I have
Well, that's good.
13,000 subscribers.
I love that, man. Lovely, bro. Lovely. Have you heard this Chris Yoon guy before? Are you familiar with him?
Is he not the? He's not the same. No, I'm thinking of the guy with the 276 IQ.
Oh no, this is a different guy, but I know exactly who you're talking about, though. This isn't him.
NWO Slayer.
Yeah. This is a different guy. This guy, he's a YouTube prophet, and he says in 2020, he said Trump was going to get elected and that Joe Biden isn't going to win. And obviously, he got that wrong. Trump didn't get elected. So I wouldn't necessarily call him a false prophet, but he's had prophecies that are false. So, yeah, I mean, you can call him a false prophet.
Yeah, there's a bunch of these type of people on there, to me, prophecy, I don't really believe in prophecy. You can try to predict things, but
Yeah.
hey.
I mean,
yeah,
I believe it. I just think there's a very strict rule
you
set
believe in
that we have to follow
prophecy?
by. Yeah, I think God can lead people to prophesy, but I think majority, if not 98%, are all bogus.
So if I take away your presupposition, does that fall apart?
No, I mean the Bible says in those times many will prophesy and many will have dreams and visions, and I think God can do that, but that doesn't mean everyone will prophesy. That doesn't
Well,
mean
I'm an
everybody's gonna
atheist.
have a vision. That's fine. I respect that.
I don't. So whenever you say God in the Bible, it doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, I get that, but it does talk about people prophesying and having visions. But I think
But who
to
cares
be a
what it
true prophet,
says?
it has to come true, though.
But who cares
And
what it says?
well, I
It's
do. I know.
not
Obviously,
real.
you
It's not
disagree.
true. It's not true.
I would argue it is, but we can
What's
disagree on
true
that.
about it?
Well, I think the historical facts behind it are very true, especially Jesus. Like everybody knows Jesus was a real person. You know what I mean? He definitely walked the earth, but
Well, wait a minute. Let's
some
say
say
this.
he was a magician. Some say that he was just lying and he didn't heal anybody. You know what I mean?
So,
But he was a real person, though.
1,000 years from now, whenever people pick up a Spider-Man comic, New York was a real place.
Yeah.
Are they
Yeah.
going to be believing in Spider-Man?
I mean, it depends if they take it out of context. I guess they'd have to cross-reference it.
So how do you know you haven't taken it out of context?
Well, the historical narrative of it, man. I mean, there were witnesses that literally
Yes, the
were put to
narrative.
death.
I'm aware of the narrative. I was a Christian for over 30 years.
I love that, man.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they
what
were
about
put
all
to
the
death for
non-biblical
Christ.
sources?
Trust me, I'm fully aware of all the narratives. I'm asking these questions not as an inquiry. I'm asking these questions to help you
No, I understand.
deconstruct.
I get you, man. I get you.
Yeah, but what about all the non-Christian sources that talk about Jesus?
Such as?
The Romans.
I mean, the Romans killed him, dude. They were the ones that put him on the cross. Even Nero said, "I find no guilt in this man." Not Nero,
Jesus
sorry.
was a man who was crucified for his beliefs or whatever. Who cares?
What do you mean? Who
Well,
cares?
Romans
Well,
seem
there's
to
been a
care.
lot of people martyred. There's been a lot of people murdered.
Yes, but this stuff is documented by non-Christian
Yes,
sources talking
but who
about the same
cares?
guy.
How does that make him more than a
Real?
human being?
No,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
mean, I'm
that
not denying that he's a human being. How does it make him a god?
we're talking about his existence first, and then we can get to the point where he is God.
I mean,
Right?
How was he
man,
God?
he claims it himself in his own words.
I know
Before
he
Abraham, I
claims it.
was.
So, how do we know that the
Before
claim is
Abraham, I am.
true?
Because he fulfills the freaking prophecies, man.
Because the prophecy, amen.
He
Thank you,
fulfills
Saul.
them.
He fulfills the prophecy.
100%.
And it's not the prophecies, all of like a lot of prophecies.
The prophecies that were written in the book telling me that it's real.
Written before he was alive in the Torah, in
You
the
could just
Tanakh.
you could take the stance. You could take the stance that the prophecies might be true or it might not be true, right? But if they happen, then can't somebody take the stance of saying, "Oh yeah, then there might be something to it." You know, it might make more
I've done a
sense.
lot of research into this
And what
topic.
research have you done?
To my knowledge, no prophecies were proven true.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Well, what I'm asking is this: are you doing this faith-based or evidence-based?
Both.
Both,
All right.
bro.
Well, if you're doing it faith-based, then nothing I say will work.
Faith first, though. Faith first.
It's not
for sure.
blind faith. It's not blind faith.
Okay.
I have my
Well,
reasons.
as long as you have faith first, there's nothing I can say to convince you.
Yeah, I think it is faith first, honestly.
Yeah.
Personally.
If it's not evidence, like if you look at the world through faith first, nothing's going to change your mind. But if you look at the world like me, like I have to have evidence before I start believing.
Well, I don't know if you know, but this is a flat Earth channel. So when I look at the world, I just see God's
Wait, are you a
biblical
flat
creation.
earther? Do
Probably
you believe
not,
that the
and
earth
that's
is
fine.
flat?
No,
This
I'm
isn't
not.
a flat Earth stream,
Yeah,
so obviously
obvious.
this isn't about
I'm
that.
an
but-
atheist.
I didn't expect you to be honest. I didn't expect
Yeah.
you to. That's another evidence of why the Bible is true. It's the
Yeah, I
earth is
mean the
flat.
Earth is flat, just like it says it, and
Yeah.
Oh, I believe that the Bible supports your claim of the flat Earth being true 100%.
Yeah.
If you're using the Bible to, yeah, of course, I believe in that. I
But
believe
we're
that
not like the point
It's
is
not
we're
just
not
the
using
Bible
faith
is
first.
100% flat
We're not-
Earth.
But the point
So
is we're
all
not
the
using faith
I
Christians-
first.
agree.
The 2.6 billion Christians should believe in your way. The problem is
100%. Amen.
the problem is they are looking at things through, like me, with evidence, and
Yeah.
they're not looking at things through faith.
Yeah,
Well,
and
it's not
that's
just the-
exactly what I'm saying. We're not looking at through just faith.
there
There's
is
evidence
evidence.
that the Earth is flat, so it's true. That's the
I mean-
faith part after. So we look at evidence first, and
You
the
said
evidence
faith
points
is
to a flat
first.
Earth. No,
Well, I said faith first.
he said faith is first.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
so
point is we use both, but it doesn't matter at this point because there is evidence for a flat Earth, and
so
hence
Zell,
God is true.
so Zell, your method of thinking. Now I know the NWO Slayer, his method of thinking is faith. So I don't
Faith
really
first,
want to.
amen.
I don't really want to talk to him about this issue.
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
you, Zell, you said that you want evidence. So would you like to? So you want evidence outside of the Bible?
I already got evidence outside the Bible, but sure, go
All
ahead.
right, please present your evidence that the Earth is flat.
Let's do.
Oh my God!
I don't want to do the
Yes!
whole flat Earth stream, bro.
Oh,
if we do this, it's gonna
I mean,
be.
we can, dude. There's a lot
We
of stuff to look
can.
at. We
No,
don't just
not a
need
whole
the Bible.
stream. I'm asking you for maybe like a clear, concise, demonstrable way for me to determine that the Earth is flat.
I'll
There's
tell you
no
what, man.
curvature.
Planes
There's no
fly
curvature.
level, and when you look at the gyroscopic data on the planes, the actual instruments they use to fly, it shows a linear curve up when they're gaining altitude. They level out at whatever they're going, 34,000, 36,000, 38, wherever they're leveling out at. They level out at that altitude, and they remain straight and level the whole flight until the end of the flight where they got to pitch down and land the plane. And in that process where they're level at 34,000 feet, the tip of the plane does not nose down ever at all. If they have a 500-mile flight, an 800-mile flight, a 1,000-mile flight, once they hit that altitude, they're going to be level and straight the whole time. They're not dipping the nose down. They're not following the curvature of the Earth. They're going to maintain that altitude the entire way there, and they're not going to deviate at all. And they're going to strip fly in a straight, level line all the way across wherever they got to go. And the gyroscopes prove that indefinitely, man. I mean, I'll actually put the gyroscopic data on the screen here for you. The only time the pitch data ever changes is on flight, takeoff and landing. in the middle of the flight, when they reach altitude, they're flying level, bro. They're not pointing the nose down to adjust for the curvature. It's completely level the whole time until they decide to descend and then land on the Earth. That's immovable because obviously the Earth below us, we don't see it moving. But yeah, I mean, gyroscopic data is my number one thing. I think it 100% proves that they're not accounting for any type of curvature in the air. And if it was accounted for, even if the pilot didn't do it himself, and let's say the gyroscope manually adjusted without the pilot's input, it would show on the gyroscope data. But as far as I can tell from the data that I've received, it doesn't show on the gyroscope.
Claim. I have heard your claim.
Yep.
And I believe it's false.
You're not
That's
supposed
fine.
to
I don't
believe
hate you
on
for
the
it.
evidence that I have.
Oh, what's your evidence then? How do you disprove
Well, that's
that?
what I was going to go over with you next.
Sure.
How do you accrue now? Whenever you're thinking about how you're accruing the evidence, let's see.
Here's the flight data, by the way. This is
right,
the
but what about
what
the artificial intelligence says?
Well, AI just deviates itself based off of what Google says.
Yeah,
and by the way, just so you know,
can make the AI say whatever it wants too. So
AI isn't a great example because I'll give you an example as far as Christianity goes. Right?
Not just
there was a
Google.
Platonist.
I'm talking about Grok, which uses every website.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you, there was a Platonist, right? And that's the belief that Jesus Christ already came back and we missed him. And they were basically saying, hey, I need you to prove to me that the Bible proves Platonism. And ChatGPT showed that the Bible is Platonist. And then we had another person come up and ask the exact opposite question. And they said, hey, I need you to prove the Bible is not Platonist. And ChatGPT had no problem proving the Bible isn't Platonist. So ChatGPT is saying the Bible is Platonist to one person, and then to the very next person, it's telling them, no, it's actually not Platonist.
I told you I don't care about what the Bible says.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you, AI as a whole, it will tell you one thing,
when you're
and then it'll tell somebody
atheist,
else another thing. It'll lie to you and then tell them the truth, or it'll lie to me and then tell, you know what I mean? Like AI is
incapable of lying.
It's programmed to lie, brother. They built it to lie. It is designed to lie.
It just gives you the data based on what it's been entered.
But if all of the data is pulled off the mainstream,
it doesn't have
then who's to say?
You're telling me the data it gives can't be censored?
Let me explain something to you. My source, the AI, has a source value. And this source value is the number of companies that use it, that proves its competency, the monthly users that prove its popularity, the utility, the clinical usage of the AI, engagement in the real world, which is the, daily, and the developer usage. AI can be used to code. This is what gives AI its value as a credible source. So what it says, if you ask it a question, it is a verifiable source of positive information.
Welcome, Keith. Good to see you, brother.
So you cannot deny that the AI is not lying to you. It's telling you the truth.
No, we can't deny that because we can't deny that because
now listen. Now you're saying now you have said that you deny what I just said. So you can provide to me your source value, why your sources are credible.
Well, I gave you my source, bro. One person says prove Platonism, and ChatGPT says yes, the Bible supports it. And then another person comes in and they say, I need you to disprove Platonism. And it says it doesn't. Okay,
hold on. Stop. The reason AI is incapable of deciphering and logically organizing religious topics is because religion is not real.
Well, it's basing it off of the mainstream narrative.
But that's why it's having complications.
Hey, Keith, I think you're on the wrong mic, brother. It's a little echoey.
You have to ask it real questions.
No, my mic was turned away. Sorry, guys.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I
Good
was
to
just
see you,
laughing
Keith.
at
Thanks
that
for coming
If
very,
you
very
ask it
dumb
real
argument.
questions,
in. Yeah.
then it will produce real results. And that's a perfect example of its
Yeah, but
value.
hear me
Ask
out,
it
bro. I can
bullshit
ask
like if
AI.
I ask it a question, is God real? Do you honestly think it's going to give me a good answer? It's going to give me some random
It's
answer.
gonna give you a bad answer.
No, no,
But if
you
I
can
ask
make
what the but if
Hold on,
I
AI
let's
ask
say
what the
keep talking.
weather is, if I
wait,
ask what the
Zol.
weather is for my hometown, it's going to give me the correct data.
No,
All right.
the thing is, it gives you what you want it to give. You can make it
No, it
say
fucking
You can
don't.
make
Why
it.
are you saying
It
I
that?
can show
does.
you
When
how
I
to
It
ask
make
what the
does.
AI. Hey,
weather
why didn't you
says,
talk,
it
Hold on,
man?
hold on.
doesn't
Let
give
Keith
me
talk. Let
what
Keith talk.
I
Let Keith
want the
talk.
weather to be. It
Yeah.
gives me what
I muted
Okay.
him. Go ahead, Keith. Sorry.
Sure,
trouble with
thanks.
other technology.
Oh,
Go ahead,
okay.
Keith.
Okay, let me try this again. The thing is with AI, it works on data that's fed to it. So you can even change your AI. Let's say use ChatGPT. You can cause it to even
Yeah,
make
I
claims
understand
that
you're
we
pitting
live
down
on a
Wait, wait.
mine,
Let him
camel.
wanting
finish. Let
blah,
him finish.
blah,
Let him
blah,
finish.
blah. I'm
Let him
You can
finish. Let him
asking
even
you,
finish.
where does
you
your
can even
source
make it
get its
claim.
value?
You can
Stop
even
talking
make it.
shit about mine.
He's gonna get
Provide
So
there.
your
rude, man?
source
Why are you so
value.
rude with me, man? You won't even let me finish
He's gonna
talking.
get there. He's gonna get there.
Yeah. Okay. So the point
What
I'm
is
making,
answer the
the
question? What is
point
the
I'm
source
making
value?
is AI is based on
He's
fed
trying to
data.
answer.
Yeah. The point is AI is
No, I
based
didn't
on
ask
fed
about my
data in the
AI.
system.
I asked how
Oh
you
my
view the
word!
world.
I
You
had to
were
mute him. Just continue,
okay.
Keith. I'm gonna keep it
Okay.
muted.
So
I'm sorry.
anyway,
I don't want to mute you, but I want to hear what Keith says.
but yeah. So the point is, AI is based on based data in the system, so it can only do what is fed into its system. So when you made a stupid, idiotic claim like, "Well, why doesn't it tell you about religion because it's fake?" No, it's because it's literally a computer algorithm. It's based on ones
It's
and
pulling from
zeros.
the mainstream. If you
Yeah,
ask it
he
about
doesn't know
flat
what's going
Earth, it's
on.
gonna pull up the first result on Google.
Exactly.
I want to make a very good
Goddamn
point here.
motherfucking.
He's cursing.
It's okay.
I unmuted him, and the first thing he said is "GD mother effer."
It's okay. Poor guy. He can't understand. He can't handle truth. That's all.
The point is, if I told AI to make me a business model selling dog poop branded as a rock, it would tell me, well, first you're gonna need to put the dog poop in a petrifying machine to make it rock hard. It's not a good business model. It's gonna gaslight me. It's gonna say that is such a good idea. You should totally sell dog poop rebranded as a rock. You're so
Uh-huh.
smart, and it'll give me a business model. That doesn't mean it's a good idea. It's dumb. Why would I rebrand dog poop as a rock? It's gonna tell me to do it. It doesn't mean AI is right. I'm gonna unmute you. I'm
Hey, hey,
sorry.
you're ignoring me. You want to live in your own world? That's fine. No
You're
use
unmuted.
to
I can
try to
hear you.
convince you. I say eat shit and die, niggers.
Okay. He's getting
Yeah,
I'm
he
kicking
left.
him out.
He,
I'm kicking him
he
out.
left.
Well, I kicked him out because he said the N-word. That's like the third
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was
Some
totally
people
off
do get.
topic.
Yeah, but some people do get triggered though. When faced with the truth.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, he was just very disruptive. I wanted to have the conversation, but he was so disruptive. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'll have to pray for him, man. I did want to finish this video before your live stream anyway, so we got to hurry up. We only got 30 minutes.
Are evil. There's control over these people of America, of the population, of the freedom of mankind because of this powerful family that's reigning and has reigned for generations, and they're trying to dismantle this. And so that's a
They're
higher
trying to
price.
dismantle this. I'm just going to continue, but that's a weird one. I think I don't know what family he's talking about, but I don't think they're dismantling.
Priority to them than anything else that's happening in the news, in the media, in their perception, their impression. They could care less because they're going to have the hero's reward, especially in heaven, for trying to take down this sinister evil. Now, it sounds crazy. It sounds like conspiracy and all that, but many of us.
Go ahead, Keith.
Heavenly reward for taking down a family. That's definitely not biblical. What's he talking about?
So this is about the deep state, and he thinks that Trump is on God's side, and that only the Democrats are evil, and that Trump has to drain the deep state swamp. Yeah,
You see, that's
rough.
That's the problem when people try and bring religion into politics. Only one side can be right. One side's from God, the other one's not, an evil. That kind of thing. as much as Trump wants to claim he's Christian, he does a lot of things that aren't really Christian. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I got nothing against what Trump or anything, but I don't really fully trust him.
I'm the same exact way. I don't. If you're not familiar with this guy, Chris Yoon, he's like a YouTube prophet. And in 2020, when Joe Biden won the election, he was saying, Trump is going to win. This is all a distraction. Thus saith the Lord. The Lord has appointed Trump to win the 2020 election. And obviously, Trump lost that election. So
he's a false prophet, in other words.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean,
You want to know why Trump lost 2020?
I mean, they probably stole the election and all that, but either way.
No, but there's a reason why he lost it, though.
Let's hear it.
Not that because God deemed it so that he lost that one.
Well, I think Chris Yoon would disagree.
No, there's
Chris said God appointed him to win.
No. He appointed Trump to win the 2017 one, right?
Yeah.
But he appointed him to lose the second one on purpose for a very specific reason. The people of the United States don't see the good that came out of the 2017 election. They do not see it at all. So God needed to give them something to compare to. So he let Biden win just so they can see which is sweet, which is bitter. It's that simple.
I think the leftists could have very easily done that in the Illuminati. They're saying, okay, let's go far left. Let's show them how bad the far left is. And then they'll have no choice but to vote for Trump. And that's exactly what happened. Because even if we look at Minnesota, Georgia, California, these Democrat states were pushed to vote for Trump. And I think that was the psyop. They wanted that to happen.
I disagree because they were trying to say that they were trying to discourage people from voting entirely. They were literally saying 90% chance that Hillary would win. What kind of joke is that? They were freaking fake newsing their asses off during that time.
I don't think it was God's plan out was because everybody has free will, and everybody voted on their own free will. So
no, it's not like that. It's not like that. I'm not saying that like God cancels out your free will. I'm not saying God cancels out your free will because he has a plan, right? But the thing is, like, how should I say it? He uses the good, like he uses the bad for good. And the thing is, he knows how to play around our free will. That's as best as I can say it.
That makes sense in a way. I mean, obviously, we disagree on some things, all, but I mean, it's all good. We still agree on Christ, so.
Yeah. God can still, how can I say, influence certain things.
Absolutely, yeah. I think he can still use these leaders to bring acknowledgement to God. But then sometimes these leaders still fall back into their idolatry, though. You know.
Yeah.
Like, because many times in the Old Testament, God will use his power, and then the leaders. I was using Adrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and it was like, you know, in the end, he was like, praise to their God, praise to the God of the Israelites who saved his people. But when they left, did he break his altars and smash all of his idols and follow the God of the Bible? I don't know.
Did you continue the story?
Well, tell me how it continues.
Well, Nebuchadnezzar, what happened was that he thought he was so great and stuff like that, and at the end of the day, he was stricken with madness. He was he was literally eating.
Oh yeah, he ate the grass, right? Yeah.
And he was basically insane, and his sanity would only get back until he acknowledges God.
Yeah, amen. Right.
So yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, he was saved, in my opinion, because he was gonna go back to being a freaking sheep in the field.
Right. Yeah,
I mean, he had to go through that humiliation for him to be humbled. I mean, that's just how it is, right?
Absolutely.
So
almost through this video. We only have like 2-3 minutes. Hopefully, it doesn't say anything too crazy in the end.
I've talked about it for a very long time, and this operation has been planned for a very long time. So again, expect the National Guard to do something. Again, if you're not very conspiracy oriented, it's fine. Expect the National Guard, expect the military, the white hats, to be doing something behind the scenes, and it's progressing in the way that Q and many of the conspiracy theorists have told us was going to happen as it's.
I just don't see that, man, because he's, and especially because he's even saying it's behind the scenes. Like, it's just a guess. Because he's saying, oh, well, Trump really deployed the National Guard to go drain the deep state swamp and go arrest all of the evil Democrat politicians. We haven't seen any of that happen. You know what I mean? So I don't want to assume that's the case. I'd rather not assume.
Progressing in the way that it's been foretold in some sense. And so that's why we're giving credibility to some of this conspiracy, because it's already been told to us, especially Q and especially
But
some
it's
of the
all
research.
told by Q and all of these things. It's not told to us by God. This isn't like, oh, God's told us that Trump is going to drain the swamp. Like, it's just QAnon, dude.
But then that doesn't make him a prophet at all, though. That just makes him gullible, following, how can I say, set events by people and organizations.
100%. Yeah, we're just reacting to worldly things and saying, oh, well, God's got to have a hand in this. And, you know, one way or another, I'm sure he does, but I can't say for sure his hand is over here or it's over there. I don't know.
That are looking at this, and they're saying from back in 2017, 2016, before that, and through the first Trump term, it's all been planned in some sense.
I think people just can't give up on the fact that Trump is going to drain the deep state. Because like he even brought it up, 2017, 2016, you know, Q was saying Trump is going to get rid of the evil liberals. And it hasn't happened yet. And instead of rightfully saying, oh, well, maybe Trump is kind of lying and maybe he hasn't done what he said he's going to do, they just keep faith for no reason. I don't think Trump is going to be getting rid of any evil liberals. I hate to tell you.
What do you mean by getting rid of evil liberals?
Well, draining the deep state swamp. They're all liberals because according to the deep state, there are nobody on the right that's wrong. The right is the right side.
What I mean is, how is he going to get rid of them? Kill them?
I mean, military tribunals, put them in jail, make an example of them. I haven't seen any of it, not even a little bit. So I'm convinced that all of this nonsense about Trump draining the deep swamp was just a psyop to get the Christian vote. And that will be like, yes, if I vote for Trump, he will fix the nation. He will get rid of the evil Democrats.
But you also
and meanwhile, go ahead, sorry, Keith.
You have to look at Trump's sheet rap with what all these promises he's made and stuff. He likes threatening. This is your last warning, and then later he gives another last warning, kind of thing.
Yeah. And it just goes on and on. It's like,
played out like a movie.
Wake up.
So there's no reason to be alarmed or concerned. It's all being done for a reason. So let's see how it progresses to other cities and as the year goes on and however it is that's happening. But right now, there's something happening in the public and there's something else more deep that's layered behind the public's perception that has to happen.
Just so you guys know, the only proof that he has of anything happening behind public is a Telegram post that said Trump is talking to the Smithsonian Museum. And then this guy claimed that Trump is using the Smithsonian tunnels to move the National Guard. That is as deep as this conspiracy goes. And he's going as far as to say, this has to do with Q. This has to do with draining the swamp. I just don't see it. I really don't. I don't see it.
Otherwise, it will be shown to the enemy what's really going on. They don't want to do that. They don't want to throw off the whole operation. So whatever that is, just let it go. If it's too much, if it's too conspiracy-esque, then that's fine. But this is what I personally am led to believe is occurring because, again, I'm having a combination of faith and attempting to discern and read between the lines and get a little deeper with drawing clues. Why is it that Trump, the White House, and these guys are making certain moves, but the public is not touching on it? And then other
it's just, I mean, this is all speculation at the end of the day. I wish he worded it more like that. Praise Trump. Amen. Hallelujah, Roger. Praise Trump. Woohoo. He's going to drain the swamp.
Is he actually saying that, though?
No, he's saying that ironically.
No, exactly. See, even you can actually freaking, what's the word here? Exaggerate things to a ridiculous proportion. I don't think people that have faith in Trump are people that literally worship the ground he walks on.
And by the way, Zal, I don't hate you for your opinion, by the way. I respect your opinion.
For God, but at the same time, I'm not going praise Trump and he's the solution to all our problems. Like everybody so-called skews it towards that way for some reason.
Amen, man. Yeah, I do support you all, and I know you're a Christian. I know you're a flat earther. So even if we do disagree on some points, like that, it really does not bother me at all. Like I don't really, it doesn't mind me at all. Now, if we disagree on the gospel, then I might have to mute you like the last guy. No, I'm just kidding.
That guy disagreed on everything in the Bible, not just the gospel.
Bro, the first thing he said was the N-word.
AI, bro. His source was AI for everything. And AI can't lie. Like, shut up.
Well,
bro.
AI told me God's not real. And AI can't lie to me. So
and I forced the AI to say that God's not real because it has to ignore a lot of evidence.
It's so funny because if he said
just like a genie that granted his wish, it's like, okay.
Straight up, bro. Oh man, that was funny. I didn't want to kick him, bro, but he said the N-word, and also like I can
he was
guarantee
manifesting,
you,
bro.
We still would have been arguing right now.
Manifesting, that's what it was.
Straight up, N-word this, F you that, GD this. Oh my goodness.
Clues for which Trump, through interviews and just different tweets, comms, and drops, he's been saying these things for a long time, but people haven't been able to connect it, at least in the mainstream. There are many patriots, many conservatives, many researchers that have put it together. I showed one person out of hundreds that are doing this right now, thousands even, and they're all trying to make sense of what's going on. So again,
he just proved his own point. He said they're all trying to make sense of what's going on, which means they could be wrong. Just worth noting, they're trying to make sense of it, which is great. I try to make sense of stuff too. Everybody's trying to make sense of the Charlie Kirk situation. There's still going to be some misinformation.
To come, guys, wanted to talk about the National Guard, about this operation from within domestically, but at the same time, there are other things for which is being painted in a negative way, whether it's Israel, whether it's Russia, whether it's even China, other countries. They are simultaneously trying to take down this deep state, and the whole world is going to paint them as being this negative person. And of course, their ideology, some of the things may not be good, but they have a common enemy along with anybody else that doesn't want this kind of oppression on them. So that's what's happening, whether you believe in that person, that country, that ideology, that political power or not. Right now, there is a divide between the elites, the deep state, and this complete satanic order. Whether
deep state are one and the same, in my opinion.
Whether it's mutually exclusive or not, it's just that they have a lot of power, and there's another side. They don't want this power to be encroached on them. So they're fighting this. A lot of people are too narrow into differentiating, oh, this is a bad guy, like Putin is a complete bad guy, Trump is a complete bad guy, or he's a complete good guy, in this monolithic kind of view. But what you've got to look at is how it's being used in this time. So just wanted to give you guys this quick commentary on what's going on. But as you guys know, I'm doing a consistent post series through September to get me back up again. I would love your guys' help, need engagement, want the algorithm to get this back up to more people so that they would see it on their front page. But also, as you guys know, I want to give attention to the fundraiser that I have down below. This is for my ministry and for all the stuff that I'm fighting for. Need you guys' help. Me and my team need it. Your prayers and your financial support. Love you guys. The link is down below. You can see all the information. I also have alternative forms of giving as well. So love you guys. Would love your help. Talk to you guys very soon.
All right, that's the video. I'm going to end out with a song, and we'll go ahead and end the stream. I'm going to go ahead and try to catch flat stream. We still got about 10 minutes, so I got time for a song to end it. Any final thoughts on this before we end the streams all? I do appreciate you coming, man. This has been very good.
Nope. No thoughts on
all
this.
Right. I don't know if you've heard this song, but I think you'll like it. It's a great song. Scott Kelly is an effing liar. He's hanging around in a harness.
These horses look like they're based off things, bro.
Yeah, this guy's great, dude. I love this song. It's so
like
good.
the stuff you're showing me in these in this video, it looks like it's based off faith, bro.
Yeah, straight up, dude. This is all faith-based, man.
Biblical faith-based, specifically.
Kelly's a fucking liar. He's hanging around in a harness in front of a green screen. That bald fucking liar's never been in space. And you can see it written all over.
CGI would never lie, bro.
tucked away from the land of milk and honey. There are no satellites in space. NASA never went to the moon. There are no astronauts in space.
So you would assume.
There are no satellites in space. NASA never went to the moon. There is no space station in space. NASA never went to the moon. You can't fool me, 'cause I'm too slick. You can't fool me, 'cause my mind's too quick. Bitch, so suck on my dick. 'Cause I'm not falling for your corny cartoons. Because I am not a well-indoctrinated fool. There are no satellites in space. NASA never went to the moon. There are no astronauts in space. So you'll assume there are no satellites in space. NASA never went to the moon. There is no space station in space. NASA never went to the moon.
To the moon. To the moon. To the moon. All right, guys. Thank everybody for coming. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out Sandro. Shout out Roger, Keith, Maureen. We got Zal in the chat as well. Thank you for coming in, Zal. I think I said Sandro. Michael Kahn was in for a moment there. We had a lot of good people coming in tonight. It was a great stream. I had a wonderful time. I'm going to go and hop over to Keith's. I got a link for Keith's channel in the chat here. So if you guys do want to catch another live stream after this one, he'll be live in 5 minutes, so you won't be missing much. Bless you all. Thank you guys for coming. And we'll see you in the next one. Shout out to everybody. Cheers.